basic hardware related components only, but I don't going to start with that one. Guys, CMOS means complementary metal oxide semiconductor. What is CMOS? Complementary metal oxide semiconductor. Actually, there is no CMOS. There is a MOSFET. FET means field effective transistor. MOSFET. Okay, it is a transistor, the semiconductor device. Okay? Not a device, it's a transistor, of course, device component. So in this one, we have a PMOS and NMOS. Okay. If you combine PMOS and NMOS, then CMOS is came. We combine PMOS and CMOS. Sorry, PMOS and NMOS, CMOS is came. CMOS is a transistor technology to build a chip. To build a chip, like your ROM chip, RAM chips, okay, CPU, all these things, all chipsets are built based on the CMOS technology only. Okay, so your BIOS chip or a ROM chip is actually built based on a CMOS technology. Here is a battery. Battery is a lithium battery, 3 volts lithium battery. Give a power supply to your BIOS chip, giving a power supply to BIOS chip. Giving a power supply to BIOS chip. Okay, why it is giving a power supply? You know, guys, that is very important. That's what sir is told. Okay, not you don't know. That is not a problem. Problem is for most of the people, always the problem is they never ask question, and that the right questions. Okay? Why, what it is, kind of stuff. Some are not required to exaggerate it, but some are really required to ask. Why this lithium battery is providing power supply to our BIOS chip? Because in the BIOS, there is something like a BIOS settings. What is BIOS setting? It is hardware related settings. Your hardware related settings. Date and time, your date and time. System, date and time is running because of there is a power supply to BIOS chip. Okay, when system is active, date and time can able to run. If system should be function means power supply is required. Power supply is required. If main power supply is down means you shut down your computer, no power supply to BIOS. No power supply to BIOS means this date and time cannot be run. Okay, these settings will reset it to factory default settings. That it can be a boot settings, menu settings, or maybe some hardware feature related settings. Okay, so these settings will be go to my factory default. There is a BIOS passwords. Remember, this password is BIOS related, not our operating system related. Like you start a computer, then you give a password to go to your login password, you know, your username, your password. That is OS related. You are giving username and password that stores in your operating system. This is your BIOS password. Okay? If anyone want to change BIOS settings, they should know this password. These are all temporary one. If no power supply to BIOS chip, this data will be gone or resetted to factory default. The data will be gone or reset it to factory default. So what to do? Of course, you have to shut down a computer once in a while, right? So maybe every day we are shutting down our personal computer, even if it is a server. So for some upgradations or replacements and troubleshooting, you have to shut down. If in case, if these things are gone from your PC, from your hardware, what to do? Again, you have to configure it. You have to set date and time. You have to do all the settings you are required. You have to give the password. I'll show you one error like this. Show CMOS checksum error, CMOS date and time not set. F1 to go to setup and then go to setup and change the settings like this. This screen is showing how to check how to put a CMOS password. This is enabling disabling of certain features of your processor kind of. You see, processor power management is disabled. Core multiprocessing is enabled. Virtualization technology is enabled. Like we can able to change those kinds. Also you can see date and time is running here. Date and time is running here. Next, your system configuration also showing. Guys, you can check your system configuration from BIOS is also there. Okay, I didn't tell you when you are how to check system configuration time. I didn't tell you how BIOS option because of I can't show you BIOS option in our my computer, right? So that's why I didn't tell you. Okay, so but you can go to BIOS settings, then you can able to see this. You can see here it is. It is a boot menu option, boot priority. This is boot priority. So CD-ROM, removable drive, hard disk, and network. You can change this order also. What is this order? When you start your computer, okay, so you have to load operating system, means operating system should be loaded, right? So I will give you a checklist. Check from the top, right? Check voice is in CD-ROM. No. Voice in removable drive device. No. Then voice in hard drive. Yes. Then load it. Again, next time you start your computer, then it is check. Voice, I have connected a pen drive with the voice. So voice in the pen drive. Okay. So first check the voice is in the CD-ROM or not. Yes. No, no, no. So CD-ROM does not have CD-ROM. No, no. Okay. Then check voice in the removed drive. Yes. Then load it. You don't check the hard drive and network. Okay. So this is a boot menu order. Like you can put as per your requirement. By default, CD-ROM is stop always. Removable device, hard drive is by default this thing. That's why I use like that only. You can put a hard drive as a starting one also. You can change it. Few things we cannot change, guys. Okay. Few things we cannot change it. Few things will update automatically. For example, this is a CPU, RAM. Where is RAM? Yeah, here it is RAM. 8 GB RAM. Okay, cache memories. This is hard disk. 1 TB of hard disk. i7-4500U processor. So it's a 4 MB cache memory. CPU speed is 4 GHz. Some CPU ID it is. Okay, no, so it's a fixed hard disk 1 TB. Hard disk name. So, this is Western Digital WDC hard disk, fixed hard disk. SATA DVD drive also there. See, SATA DVD drive it is DVD plus. Okay, and RAM speed 8 GB RAM. Okay, for example, I had another 8 GB RAM. Added another 8 GB RAM to my PC. Then you go to BIOS setting, it shows 16 GB RAM. Okay, when you start your PC, power is distributed to all components. Power is distributed to all components the computer. So every component is get activated So then BIOS will gather the information of hardware. Okay? So then your system will understand these hardware components are working. Okay, RAM is working, CPU is working, motherboard onboard components are working, and there is a hard disk is connected. There is a new like a RAM is connected, CPU is connected. Okay? So CD-ROM is connected. Okay? All devices, their information, connected informations will gather and verify these devices working or not because of a power supply. There's checklist. That is a post. What is power on self-test? When you press the power button, power is distributed to all components. Okay, so BIOS will gather information of your hardware components. System checks means that is a what it is. It is checking the main components are working or not. Major components like CPU, RAM kind of stuff, and onboard motherboard components, power distributions are working or not. If it is working, post is successful. If it is not working, post is failure. So that's what I am trying to say. Again, guys, these are the details stored in your BIOS chip. And this information, so recognize hardware devices, locate and loads operating system. Operating system help operating system access hardware devices. It will tell the hardware devices details to operating system so operating system can understand. It is nothing but a firmware, and UEFI is also the new version of BIOS or a updated version of BIOS kind of stuff. Same UEFI is also a firmware. Different companies are manufacturing this BIOS chip. And we are in the CMOS battery, right? Yes, this is the battery. It is a 3 volts lithium ion battery. If power is down, you shut down your computer. You shut down your computer. Power supply to the BIOS chip is gone, right? So what happened? These temporary data will gone. When you start your computer, again it has to gather the information, but that is dedicated information like your CPU, RAM already there. It will gather the information as post. But this information will be changed to hold means resetted. Again, you have to give this information like your this. How to protect it? So we are giving a 3 volts lithium battery. It is a 3 volts lithium battery is connecting to your BIOS chip. 3 volts lithium battery is there. It give a power supply to BIOS chip to keep this data alive. Keep this data alive. Okay. So whenever you start your computer, this data is not resetting. No need to change anything. Okay. Once you are given the data, once you are given a settings, once you are given a date and time, it continuously run. Continuously run. Even though you shut down your computer, even though you shut down your computer, you remove the power supplies, still this data will be available in the chip. How it is possible? Because of battery power supply, lithium battery. Okay, so try to understand. Of course, this is the BIOS chip. This is the BIOS chip. It is giving a power supply. It is getting a power supply from a battery. That's it is called as a BIOS battery. Some people call it as a BIOS battery. And the BIOS chip is made up of CMOS technology. So that's why the people call it as a CMOS battery. But originally, the battery is not made up of CMOS technology. It is made up of lithium. It is made up of lithium. Battery is not made up of CMOS technology. Battery is made up of lithium. Okay. Why it is called as a CMOS battery? Because our BIOS chip is built based on the CMOS technology. CMOS technology is a chip manufacturing technology, guys. CMOS is a transistor. CMOS, the technology we use to manufacture a chip. I hope you got the point or are confused. Huh? Understand the point, guys? Why it is called as a CMOS battery? Yesterday, day before yesterday, I taken interviews, asking question, motivation. Speak out, guys. You understand, not understand. If you are not interested, I will close the class. I have a lot of works to do it.
Understood, sir.
I think. Okay. So where is this? If in case, the last point is, if in case, if this CMOS battery charge is over, like our remote is there. In a remote also batteries charge will be over, right? The remote there is a charges or like the batteries are over. What happened? It won't work properly. Your laptop batteries or your mobile phone batteries, but mobile phone, laptop are a rechargeable batteries, right? In a remote batteries are not rechargeable. Don't use rechargeable batteries. There we use a direct batteries, 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 50 rupees batteries. We use it, right? So like we don't recharge it. Once it is take it from the packet, we insert it. Same way, it is not a rechargeable battery. Remember, it is not a some rechargeable battery. It is so 3 volts battery. It is enough power supply to a CMOS chipset. Okay. So go through once it is. So if in case this battery power is off, or someone is removed this battery and reinserted a battery, the battery charge is lower or a no charge inside, or someone is removed this battery and reinserted again. So in that cases, this entire information will gone. Again, every day, date and time, your settings, your powers, your passwords and all, you have to do it again every day. And also it will show an error like this. CMOS checksum bad or a CMOS checksum error, CMOS data and time not set, this kind of stuff error you will get it. So you have to go to the BIOS settings and you have to change the settings. Okay, but what is the solution? If in case your battery one time it is happened, you go and change the settings. Next time it is not happened. Means someone is removed the battery and reinserted. Okay, one time you got this problem and you done all settings. You change all the date and time settings. Then you boot the system. Then no problem. Okay, then no problem. Okay, but if in case every day morning you start your computer, you are getting a CMOS checksum error. Okay, so what you have to do? Go and purchase a new battery. Go to market, ask for a CMOS battery or a BIOS battery. So you will get this lithium battery. Or take out your old battery and show in the shop and purchase another new battery. Okay, so this is our CMOS checksum error. Okay, so that is the solution. In case you are getting CMOS checksum error, your system is working fine. Your system is not working, then that is a big problem. Your system is working fine and only it is the date and time changes kind of stuff, replace the battery with a new one. Yes, how to go to these BIOS settings already you know. So first of all, when you press the power button, like you shut down your computer or restart, means the first you press the power button, So you'll get this kind of screen. You can see on the top corners or a bottom also. Some computers it shows in bottom, some computers show in the top also. If you see sharply, there is a BIOS key shows like F22 setup, Del2 setup, F10 setup, F9 setup kind of stuff is there. So C8, that is your BIOS key. If it is not showing that much sharp, then you can search in Google to find what is your BIOS key. Okay. So go to your BIOS key and then you can see your date and time. If you want to change it, you can do it. You can set the password. But password is a BIOS password only, not your operating system password it is. You can enable or disable certain hardware features like a virtualization technology feature. You can change boot priorities. You can check system configuration, CPU, RAM, hard disk, save and exit. Press F10 to save and exit. So this is called your BIOS settings, your CMOS battery. Okay. Here I am writing a boot processing. You guys understand BIOS settings or BIOS, CMOS?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here we have a computer. In generally explanation purpose only, I draw one computer diagram like this. Okay, this is your monitor. This is your main power supply. You have a keyboard, mouse, and this is the system. You can see there is a SMPS and hard disk. Okay, motherboard, CPU, RAM. I didn't put a labels on it. If you want, you can label it also. No problem. CPU. This is RAM. PS power supply connection, 24 pin connector. Like we can understand that one. Okay. So your BIOS chip, for example. BIOS battery, symbolic representation. Round one is like a BIOS battery. So guys, here it is. Look at here. This is main power supply. So when you are a power on, the supply goes to SMPS. That's it. Okay. But if you take this diagram, okay, when I press the power button, when I press the power button, so this motherboard will give a signal to SMPS, means there is a connectivity is there, switch connectivity. Like you, when you press the power button is connected to motherboard, of course, and it will start the SMPS. Now SMPS will start. When you press the power button, SMPS will get activated. Okay. Now SMPS giving a power supply to motherboard and the other hardware components like a hard disk, CD-RAM. Okay. So it is giving a power supply to your hard disk and CD-RAM, and there is another connection. Separate motherboard connectivity is there, 24 pin connector is there. Sorry, no, this is a 24 pin connector, and there is a 4 pin or 8 pin connector is also there. So what sir it is? Okay, so when you given a power supply, so when you press the power button, okay, power is distributed to all the components, motherboard, motherboard directly connected components means onboard chipsets, graphic cards, CPU, RAM, and BIOS chip. BIOS chip already powering with the battery. Now it is direct power supply from SMPS. So every component will get a power supply, and hard disk also is getting a direct power supply. CD-ROM is there, that is also will get a power supply, right? So you know already SMPS. What is SMPS? Switch mode power supply. Outside power supply is a AC power supply, and internal power supply is a DC power supply. Okay, AC to DC type. Main power supply is a AC 220 volts. Okay? AC power supply. It is a 50 hertz frequency sine wave. It is called a sine wave. Okay? So what we required is a DC power supply for electronic components. DC power supply. So we need a multiple type of DC power supply, plus 12 volts, minus 12 volts, plus 5 volts, 3.3 volts, plus only 3.3, okay, so 3.3 volts. These are the DC voltages, different voltages. Which one will convert to SMPS, switch mode power supply, okay, monitoring. Now, so when you press the power button, what I said, power is distributed to all our components, connected components. Monitor will get a power supply separately, but monitor related signal related power is coming from our system only. That's why SMPS is more powerful. Yes, again. So when this power is distributed to these components, power is distributed to these components, and your BIOS is like it is a self test only. BIOS is doing. Some people say it is a BIOS is doing. Some people say it is nothing is doing, like a CPU is doing. Some people say it is just an acronym. Okay, what are it is, guys? When power supply is distributed to the components on motherboard and on motherboard connected components and hard uh, connected to motherboard components, okay, like a keyboard, mouse, everything power supply is distributed. So any device is not working, so system will understand this particular component is not working. This component is working. This component is not working. And your BIOS will gather the information of all the connected devices. When you start your computer, then on motherboard details, information is there in the BIOS. But connected devices on motherboard like a CPU, RAM, connected to motherboard, hard disk, okay, like that. Those information like a graphic card, if in case you use a graphic card, then graphic card related information. Okay, so all this information gathered by your BIOS, and of course, again we are forgetting one main point, that is post. When system is on, when system is on, powers distributed to the all the components in the computer, and make sure the test the components are working or not. That is called a post. Power on self test. When you power on your system, there is a self test. Make sure all the components, mainly main components, okay, are important to go for a pass in the post. What is the main components? All motherboard built-in components, CPU, RAM, BIOS, like that, working on that. Post is successful. Then it will go to the next step. But how you know post is successful? No, no, no. I don't go to that one, guys, because someone is telling that a kind of answer. No, no, no. First of all, post. First step in the BIOS is post. First step in the boot processing is make sure post is successful. Post is failure, that is we'll talk later. Post is successful, perform. Okay, so first step is post, power and self-test. Next step is find a MBR record as per the boot priority, based on the boot priority. Okay, find MBR record. So how to find a MBR record? The BIOS will tell where to search MBR record based on the boot priority. So this is the boot priority, guys. It give you a boot priority. So based on the boot priority, search for a MBR record. MBR record contains information about a bootloader. Where is bootloader? This bootloader is different from one operating system to another type of operating system. For example, you take Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10. Bootloader is boot MGR. You take Windows XP 2000, 2003. Okay, so these are all NTLDR. TLDR is a bootloader name. You take a Linux, grab version 2, LILO. Okay, these are all Linux based bootloaders. This bootloader will tell, like a bootloader will be loaded to your RAM and start execute the bootloader. Loaded to RAM means it execute bootloader. Okay, so bootloader will tell where is your operating system, how to load operating system means which mode of operating system, GUI mode, CLI mode, safe mode. Okay, GUI with networking, CLI with networking, CLI without networking, multi-user mode, this kind of stuff. Voice is loaded, got a login screen. So once voice is loaded, you got a login screen. Once you given a username and password, so there is a startups. Will start like a services, background services, okay, applications, startup applications will start. So it is startups. These are those applications are enabled automatically. These applications will start automatically. You know, when I start my computer, Microsoft Teams application is automatically starts. Even if I restart this computer, Microsoft Teams will be start automatically. These applications don't start because I disabled it. Users, details, services. Okay. So Apple mobile device services. So unnecessary service. See, these are the services. Some are running, some are stopped. So meaning is, so automatically these services runs in my PC when I start my computer. Okay. So point is startups, services, some default application means startup applications will run automatically. Okay, guys, what is this boot processing? Boot processing means very simple how computer starts. How a device like a computer means computer, laptop, mobile phone. So if it is turned off and you power on it, then how it is starts. How it is starts. You power on the system, then how it is starts. A step-by-step process of how system starts. It's called a boot process. Okay, how it is called a boot processing. Like that you can see. Another which ways, like normally, you press the power button, system is started, right? And you can start using, you can start using your computer. That is good thing, right? You press the power button and there is a system is started. Press the power button and after 1 minute or 2 minutes or 10 minutes, you can able to work with your system. Okay, you can able to work with your system. So that the step-by-step process, what is the internal step-by-step process to start your computer? Means complete start your computer. That is also good. Which wording is suitable for you? Which way you are able to tell easy? You can tell like that, guys. That is also very important. I'm trying to say that one. Okay. Some people knows what it is, but they choose the words or sentences as it is what I'm saying, or maybe as from their reader. Okay, that's why I try to find the different materials to which one is easy for you to tell. Okay, without okay. Okay, guys, this is about your BIOS and your boot processing not completed because I will tell few things in a boot processing also. Here it is. Uh, this is not answer for a boot processing. Already I told answer for a boot processing. There is a 4 to 5 steps are there, guys. First one is post power on self test. Second one is based on your BIOS boot priority. Based on your boot priority, to locate operating system and locate the based on your BIOS boot priority. Locate your operating system. Locate a bootloader. Locate bootloader. Load the bootloader. Okay. Locate the bootloader. Bootloader will tell you how to load operating system. Bootloader will tell you how to load operating system. Where is operating system and how to load operating system. Which mode of operating system? Tell. Okay. Then locate operating system. Then load operating system. Once operating system is loaded, then you will get a login screen. Log into your PC. Log into your PC. So background startups, services, applications will start. Then you can start using your computer. Okay, guys, this is the thing. I said there is a issues are there. So, for example, you start your computer, you have seen no display. It's a blank screen. Not even that BIOS screen I have shown now. It is not showing like this. It is showing a complete blank screen. Not even a it is a signal not found kind of signal. Nothing on your screen. No LED, no hard disk LED blinking. No keyboard LED blinking. Meaning is your post is failure. Post is failure. Most of the time people do the if post is failure, they'll open the cabinet, they'll remove the RAM slot, they remove the RAM from the RAM slot, they clean the RAM and they dust the computer dusting, RAM slot dusting, they will do it, they insert it and they will try it. Of course, that is a first one option. Second one is you can use the postcards to know where is the issue is occur, which kind of issue you got it. It will tell by beep sounds or you can use the postcards to get it to know it. Better to check all the loose components like a CPU, CPU power supplies, CPU power supply, SMPS power supplies, your RAM, okay, so your RAM connectivity. And next one is your display connectivity also better to check once. But in generally, it is a complete blank screen means it's not a problem with your display or a graphic cards or a connectivity. Complete blank screen. If display is on, that's a good one. So if display on means your monitor is on, but nothing on the screen. So that is a your post failure. So your primary component, either it is RAM or CPU or somewhere in the motherboard, there is a problem is occurred. Okay, you can understand like that. How you understand post is successful? It may generate single beep sound. LED lights are blinking. Power LED is blinking. Hard disk LED is blinking. Something it shows on your monitor like your BIOS settings related, or maybe settings, how to go to BIOS keys, or a PC logo, OS logo, some error, at least some error. On monitor, at least it will show no signal. Then also you can understand your post is successful. Okay. So why guys, this is separate. Boot processing is just separate. This is separate. This is issues, success or failure kind of issues, the boot processing. That is I'm explaining. So when you got a question, what explain boot processing means, what I said earlier, you have to tell that one only. Not this one. Not this one. So based on these questions occur, then only talk in this one. Otherwise, what happened? It become very lengthy. Post success. Check boot priority in a BIOS locate OS devices. Okay, post is successful. Then based on boot priority, locate your operating system. Try to find where is your operating system. Okay, so your operating system is in the hard disk, or your operating system is in CD drive. Your operating system is in the pen drive. Okay, so first of all, you have to locate where is my operating system. For example, already your operating system in hard disk only, right? Every day your hard disk having an operating system or SSD having an operating system. You start morning computer, it's showing a device, boot device not found. You start a computer and it is showing boot device not found. Remember, boot device not found. Meaning is your post is successful means all primary components are working. Boot device is not found means either it is your hard disk is damaged or operating system is corrupted. Understand? Boot device not found means your operating system is corrupted or your hard disk is damaged or system to hard disk means the hard disk connection is also problem. Okay, but your CPU, RAM and on motherboard components, your SMPS, everything is fine. Only there is a problem with your hard disk because of yesterday you have an operating system in hard disk and nothing you done in the night. So just morning you got a problem. Or morning onwards you are working in your system, your voice in your hard disk only. All of the sudden it is showing boot device not found. Here it is hard disk related problem or operating system is corrupted. Okay. So next one is how to troubleshoot. How to troubleshoot, that is also there. Plus sometimes it will shows boot as MGR missing, like a bootable drive, bootable bootloader missing, bootloader missing, or boot MGR missing, or a bootloader missing. First of all, go to BIOS settings. Go to BIOS settings. In the BIOS settings, is it showing hard disk or not? The BIOS settings, check it. Is it showing hard disk or not? Hard disk is not showing, then try to find it. Okay, so if our hard disk is not showing, so it is maybe hard disk problem. If hard disk is showing, it is operating system problem. Understand? Hard disk in the BIOS settings, hard disk, it is visible. Yes, hard disk is there. Means your operating system is corrupted. Hard disk is not showing, it is your hard disk related problem. So check the connections, remove the connection, connect it back, both power supply and data connection. So just reconnect it and check it once more. Okay, like that. So otherwise you have to replace the hard disk. Don't have a choice. Sometimes boot MGR is missing or a boot MGR is corrupted, means your bootloader is corrupted also. It shows boot device not found or a boot MGR missing. Okay. Your hard disk is there. Your hard disk is there. Operating system is corrupted kind of stuff or boot MGR missing kind of stuff. In Windows 10, usually you can go to troubleshooting advanced options by restarting 2 times. You can go to startup repair, or you can connect your CD-ROM and copy boot MGR file into your C drive. That much you can get it or not, I don't know. But this is the second problem. Third problem, again, boot MGR missing. Third one is locating and loading bootloader. This is locating operating system and locating where is the boot MGR, means bootloader. Okay, if you don't find bootloader, your hard disk is corrupted. Okay, or maybe your hard disk is damaged, your voice is corrupted, you get this kind of errors. That is the troubleshooting. Next one is load the bootloader. So you'll get a mostly this second one, boot MGR missing kind of stuff. Same problem. Bootloader is found and it will tell you how to load operating system. Okay, but if it is not found, then it is difficult. Loading operating system also will get some issue, guys. Well, you got your bootloader, then you load a bootloader and you try to load operating system. Is also having some issues, okay, but not related to hardware. You got some issues that time, it is mostly your operating system or a incompatibility with the operating system, hardware and operating system incompatibilities. Then OS loading is having problems. But once OS is loaded, of course, you know, username and password. I'm not talking password is corrupted or not kind of stuff. If you are unable to log in, means you given username and password and it is showing your password is wrong, means your password is wrong. You give the better password. Okay, correct password. And of course, in generally, so when you give a username password, then you log in, then startups, services, and applications will start. Guys, some people tell, you know, see my laptop, so I press the power button, so how fast it is showing the screen, how fast it is showing the screen. So yes, very good, it is a new laptop, it is there. After 6 months or 1 year you went there and you are saying like the person is press the power button, after 5 minutes or 10 minutes it's showing the screen. Okay, yes, okay, well, please start your computer and I want to see some mail or some video. I will show you some website. So you press the power button. After 10 minutes, it is you can able to work. After 2-3 minutes only, you will see the screen. But only after another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you can able to work with your system. That is your start time, your PC start time or a boot time is taking long time. Your PC is running very slowly. Your PC is running slow after boot or your boot time is also higher. So in these two things, commonly I'm telling, guys, look at here. Check the startups. Go to your task manager. Go to task startups. For a startup is slower. Why? Because of when system is started, means you log in, these all applications will start automatically. If in case I start all these applications at my startup, what happened? In the morning I have to wake up I woke up at 8 o'clock generally. Then I have to wake up at 7 o'clock. I start my computer immediately. Then 9 o'clock it will start. Okay. If I'm going to office, like yesterday I went to office, so I have to start here by 8 o'clock. I'll reach office by 8:30 kind of stuff, or 8:30, 8:45. I start my laptop, then it will start at 10 o'clock. Okay. So what, just for fun, I'm telling guys, but it will take very long time to work with your computer, work with your computer. And these are all will loaded and runs in your system. That is a very dangerous, right? So for example, you can see Skype. I'm not using Skype, I'm using another meeting thing. I don't require to start Microsoft Edge automatically. I can open if I require. This is not required. WebEx is not using anyway. CC Cleaner I'm not using. Immediately not required. I'm using CC Cleaner when I want it. I am not using Snagit anyway. It is not working. So important is disable the startups if you are not required. Of course, we are using a Microsoft team, right? Morning, Microsoft team. We use it morning, afternoon, evening, night. Okay. So we are using Microsoft Teams. Then we will do. So Lenovo Energy Management. Some are may required. These are. So I'm using that one. Remaining is at disable. Simple. Go to this. Click on disable or right click disable. You want to enable. For example, I want to open my WhatsApp immediately when a system is started. Then enable it automatically. It is also open. So you have to know how to manage it and uninstall the applications if you are not using it currently. For example, I'm not using this Facebook game room. If I uninstall it, so no need to worry about enable or disable kind of stuff. Okay. iTunes helper not at all required because I don't have a personal iPhone now. Okay. So of course I'm using CC Cleaner. I'll keep it. I'm not using this. C2 are showing here now. It is. First danger it is. Okay. So like it is under roaming. This is another location. So better to uninstall this WebEx. Um, any duplicate packages also uninstall it, clean it, then install it if you required, because now very less WebEx meetings. Okay, so what are it is? Second one is guys services. I'll show you one service. This is my Oracle application, Oracle 21C application. Currently it is stopped because I stopped it. If it is running, okay, if it is running, okay, I will show you this Oracle. It's a manual and stopped. So I'm putting in a automatic and okay, that's it. Or I started it. Or I put automatic, okay. Then what happened? When I start my computer, this Oracle application also run. If it is running, then definitely it will take more space in my PC. Okay. So better go to startups, see the startups, disable the startups. If it is not uninstall the applications we are not using currently or no longer required application. Okay. Disable the startups already I told. Disable the applications. Go to services.msc. Go to services. See certain applications if it is not required every time it is starting at computer. You can disable those things in a. And two more things I will tell guys. Okay. System speed up your system kind of concept. So this is one way to speed up your system. I told what it is. So disable the startups, go to services, stop the services and change into manual, not automatic, change into manual. If you don't require to start those services at start of your computer automatically, you can start manually, no problem. But you don't want to start automatically at start of your computer, then manual. Okay. Okay, so this is first thing. Second one, uninstall the application if you are no longer using. Uninstall the application. Simple. Go to control panel and go to this programs. Uninstall a program. See, a lot of applications are there. Recently, I have uninstalled some applications also. The Apple software update. Not required this Apple device support, Apple application support. Okay. If I don't require, then I can able to better to uninstall it. You will gain the more space. Also, your system. Unnecessary applications. Okay. If it is there, then better to uninstall it. If it is no longer required, better to uninstall it. You are no longer using it. Okay. So this is malware bait versions. So sorry. Okay. So if you no longer required, you can uninstall. So if in case guys, you got a application related issue, for example, you open a Outlook. Outlook is not opening properly. Or you open any application, application is not working properly. Means opening something problem is occur. You can go to repair option. Also I'm trying to say, you can go to repair option. So go to change or repair option directly, try to repair it. Outlook is application is not working. Guys, always listen the question which is related to troubleshooting. Exactly which is the problem? Application problem, or a settings problem, or a network problem, or some technology related problem. Okay, so it means internal working related problem. So you have to understand. Okay, so Sir asked one question, right? So there is a guy from SAP department. Okay, SAP department. SAP department. Okay, there is a guy from SAP department and raise the ticket. His system is not working. Your service desk telling my system is not working. So which problem it is? SAP related application problem or system problem? Understand? It's a computer, is system problem, not a SAP application or a SAP server, whatever it is. It's not related to the SAP. It is computer problem. Okay. So that's listen questions also carefully. But okay. Okay, guys. So that is to repair some applications. You can uninstall the application and reinstall the application if your application is not working. Okay, your application is not working, you can uninstall and reinstall the application. Your application, okay, sometimes an application not working, you can get an option called like a repair option. You can see the repair option or a change option. Okay. Sometimes you don't get, you only get a uninstall option. So uninstall it, reinstall the application. So that is what one I want to tell. So last one is guys. So go to your C drive. Generally, C drive it is a main drive, operating system drive. This is disk cleanup. If you click on disk cleanup, so it shows all your temporary files, prefetch files, all kind of stuff will be shows. So to go to disk cleanup, select everything. Make sure select everything. So if you click OK, all these downloaded program files kind of stuff, nothing is there. Temporary internet files, okay, some thumbnails, temporary files, these are will be cleared from your PC. Okay, these are all clear from your. So it will speed up your system better. Okay. Next one is clean up a system files. Clean up a system files. You know, yesterday it is somewhat it is updated kind of stuff happen. Okay, morning and as well as the evening also, right? Morning that's what is struck. So this is my drive. This got updated. Okay. So when you are getting updates or some system files still not able to clear, it will clear automatically from your PC. But if it is not clearing automatically, then you can choose that clean up system files also. It is calculating how much system files are there, so it will show. You know, sometimes you upgrade your system Windows kind of stuff. Yes, it is 5 GB, 5 GB update cleanup is there. Okay, so you can clean that system, then your C drive is free from all the unwanted data, means all temporary waste process, already processed data. So then your system become better perform. Next one is tools. This is file system checker. If you click on check, it will check your drive. It will scan your drive and try to check any file system related errors. Okay, it repairs automatically. So we can use a command called chkdsk type. Okay. FSCK command is also there. There is confusion between Windows and Linux. Okay, chkdsk, check disk. In Windows, chkdsk. You can use the command to check your drive for a file system errors. Second one is defragmentation. This is defragmentation. Yes, when you put a data and moving a data and storing somewhere in the data, so obviously data fragments will be created. Data fragments are created. Like you know, your data will be arranged in one sequential order like this. Data will be arranged like this. So what happened? Sometimes gaps will be created because of your reading, writing, deleting, managing kind of stuff. Okay. So what happened? Data will be rearranged. What happened? These fragments will be created. Sorry, fragments are created because of these fragments. Because of these fragments, data arrangement becomes slower, and you cannot put more data. So what to do? So better to do defragmentation. So then this adjustment will do it. Okay. So the gaps will be filled and arrange the data into proper order. Okay. So that is a defragmentation. So you can simply go to optimize. It will take a lot of time. Luckily it is work. It is zero fragments. It is logs checked is weekly based checking is there. Every week and some schedule time is there. You can schedule it also. Every week you can, it will automatically check. Last check is on 10th. On 10th. Day before yesterday, it checked at 3 o'clock. So compulsory put a date and time on it. Early. Zero fragments. Even you can analyze how many fragments are occur. Optimize means defragment. This is also a tip for improve your performance. Again, I'm telling startups, take care of startups, disable the startups, uninstall the application if it is no longer required, stop the certain applications or certain services if you know, then stop those services and put it in a manual or a disabled service. Then the services don't affect on your performance. Okay. Disable the startups, service management, uninstall the applications. Next one is okay, disk cleanup. Next one is, as I said, disk cleanup. Do the disk cleanup. Disk cleanup. error checking, CHK DSK type. Okay. CHK DSK is a command. Check the errors and fix the errors on the drive. Okay. So file system error checking and optimize, defragment your system. Okay. Do not put more data on the desktop. Another last one is not put any data. Do not put a more data on the desktop. Data shortcuts. Do not put it. Okay. So that is important. Why it is? Because of guys, anything to give a more performance in Windows, Microsoft, what happened? To show the people very colorful, brightful, more easy to recognize kind of stuff, they use the thumbnails. Again, separate process for these thumbnails. So then we can understand this is a picture, this is a particular picture, this is a particular application kind of stuff. So we can easily use it. Okay. So this is will take additional process to our system. So obviously, so it is additional burden on a system kind of stuff. Always observe process also, which applications are consuming more services, what applications running in your system, even if you are not required more that application to run, but it is running in your system automatically. So identify those applications and remove that application and be careful when you are doing it. I think see this my Google Chrome 22 and it is showing this much of RAM consumption. So that is a point why it is disappointed. So that's the few things about your host, boot processing, BIOS, CMOS, and if system is slow, what to do, guys? After a small break, after the break, okay, I will tell about a BS.